our news package tonight. State governor advises youth to eschew criminality, harps on parental guidance. Commissioning of Ikonkwo Primary Health Center. Governor Mama approves recruitment of additional 200 health workers. Construction firms operating in Akwa Ibom asked to replicate remodeled Christ the King Primary School in local communities. And Calabar to Highway by Park Road Nelson Mandela intersection closed to traffic from Monday, May 20. Details of these and other stories in just a moment. A very good evening to you and welcome to AKBC 405 News at 8. I am Blessing Isoloyo. Concerned about the unruly attitude of some youth, Governor Mino has advised that they turn a new leaf or face the law. The governor gave the advice during this month's monthly Government House prayer meeting, where he advised them to engage in learning skills instead of taking to crime. The governor also intimated the people of more activities lined up for the celebration of his first year in office. Our Government House reporter Patience John was there for the following reports.
The governor, while reacting to reports of insecurity in the state involving youth, advised them to retrace their steps and engage in meaningful ventures for a rewarding future. Governor Moino reiterated his commitment to allow the law take its course should anyone be found wanting.
The first thing I like to say is to please beg all of us to warn our youths to be of good behavior, to build themselves, because you can't continue building and the people are tearing themselves down. When you call people youths and they confront security agencies, they carry axes, they carry knives, and they are chasing after security agencies. They are not youths, they are criminals. So if a young boy who is supposed to be in school carries axe, carries knife, carries everything, and is chasing, and police, by some dint of defense, releases bullets, don't come and say police have killed somebody else. And please, Book of Life, you don't come more and all you on the floor. I will not negotiate.
On the celebration of his 1 year in office, Pastor Moino listed activities to include Thanksgiving service on 26 May at the Christian International Worship Center.
And then on the 26th of May, that is Sunday, we'll be having our first anniversary Thanksgiving service. The theme of that Thanksgiving service is "And It Came to Pass." And so we'll be launching the book that day. And on the 27th, how do you say it? We'll be commissioning the airport road. The airport road, if you pass through there now, work is going on. When we're campaigning, we promise to finish all uncompleted projects.
A sermon by the 18th and field superintendent of the Apostolic Church, Apostle S.A. Isaiah, on the topic, God's kingdom ruleth over all, reminded the congregation that God has specific assignments for rulers at different times. The clergyman encouraged unity and oneness in the state in order to record success, while suing for support to the present administration.
The Civil War time was together we stand, divided we fall. I think it's still right at this time. Still right. Akwa Ibom need to stand together. We need to rise and stand together and work as a team and work as a people, because we have the backing of God behind us.
The service featured prayers, thanksgiving, and choir renditions from choirs, including that of the Apostolic Church.
In continuation of the inauguration of projects to mark his 1 year in office, Governor Moino has inaugurated the newly built Model Primary Health Center Ikodunkwo in Ibesikwa Sultan local government area. At the ceremony, the governor approved the recruitment of additional 200 health personnel in the state. Our government house reporter Patience John reports.
The flagged earth for the construction of the Model Primary Health Center to cater for the health needs of the people in the area was performed a few weeks into the present administration. He commended Ikonkwo village for donating parcels of land for the project, adding that the health facility is in line with the state government's Arise agenda.
What we are witnessing here today is a great move to bring healthcare closer to the people, in line with our RISE agenda's emphasis on rural development. The community was kind enough to give out their community hall to be used as a health post. We requested for a land from the community, and that's why I want to thank the village head and all members of his community. They came here, donated a land to the government that same day. They never asked for any compensation.
Governor Moino warned that no staff of the facility should be transferred, saying he is ready to sponsor their training to update their skills.
Chairman, Primary Healthcare Development Center, the staff that I met here that day must not be transferred out of this place. I know the usual thing associated with civil service. Now that this place has become modern, the next thing will be transfer. Let the people that suffered here when it was not a modern city, a modern healthcare center, work here. If they require training, train them. Bring the papers, I will approve them. Don't tell me that they need the equipment are sophisticated. Let them handle it, please. Because any man who sows should reap.
The Commissioner for Health, Professor Augustine Umom, thanked Governor Moino for investing in the health needs of the people, saying that the facility is furnished with antenatal care delivery, laboratory, pharmacy, medical record unit, as well as library, ICT room, consulting suite, emergency unit, immunization corner, family planning unit, and living quarters.
This facility also has facility for nutrition, it has facility for preventive care, it has facility for immunization. The women don't need to go far again to be able to ensure that your children are taken care of and that immunization is provided at this facility.
People of the area, including the Commissioner for Finance, Mr. Linus Khan, the paramount ruler of the area, and the chairman of Ibesikwa Sultan, praised Governor Moino for the gesture and promised to take care of the facility.
Excellency, today in Ibesikwa Sultan, there is no doubt, there is no gain of emphasizing the fact that we are happy.
Your Excellency, Ibesikwa Sultan is proud of you. We say God should continue to bless you.
Recall that Governor Moino, on assumption of office, had promised his administration's investment in rural development through the provision of health centers and model schools. Patience John, AKBC News.
Contractors and firms doing business in Akwa Ibom have been charged to complement government efforts in advancing basic education in the state. They are to replicate the Christ the King Model Primary School Uyo in communities they operate as part of their social corporate responsibility. Governor Moino gave the charge during the inauguration of the CKA's Model Primary School, Wellington Basiwe Uyo. Our Government House reporter, Patience John, again tells us more.
Governor Mwano, who reiterated his administration's commitment to investing in the education sector, especially to avail pupils in rural communities conducive and attractive schooling environment, called on corporate citizens in the state to undertake similar projects by adopting a school to support education.
I hereby call on organizations, corporate entities to immortalize their names and execute or in the execution of their corporate social responsibility, adopt a school and build with our specification or even exceeding this specification, but we cannot accept anything below this standard.
The governor announced that the Akwa Ibom State government is set to commence retraining of teachers in all public schools and directed the appointment of education monitors from the 10 federal constituencies of the state.
I'm also directing the SSG to, in the next 7 days, appoint special assistants in school monitoring across the 10 federal constituencies. Their job will be to ensure that none of these schools and other government schools around will fall short of our expectation. I'm giving 3 buses, 1 to each senatorial district, so that they can use the monitoring. I want them not to be civil servants, so that they can report directly to my office. And they will go to school unannounced. They will check the facilities in the schools. They will make sure those facilities are intact.
Pupils of the remodeled Christ the King Primary School were adorned in uniform, including shoes made by Akwa Ibom entrepreneurs, while exercise books and school bags were also provided to them by the state government.
I wish I can dance. The deputy governor can help me. A commissioner for education and deputy governor can join the children.
Stakeholders from Uyo local government area applauded the governor's magnanimity.
Ayinasiri na mai na Mr. Jefo, Your Excellency. Medebu migakbo na Mr. Jefo. Meruwem dinebu ibi namdie. Siabun sang sakanyere. Your Excellency ebu kan sang sakanyere. Ikere negu nerebu ngabo for you. Ema disinu bokke kaibet. Eya nego garaset.
Amen.
I'm very grateful to the governor and undertake to take the best care of the infrastructure facilities graciously provided in our school. Our school has become the center of all and sundry, even at the federal level.
Patience John, AKBC News.
The Akwa Ibom State government wishes to inform the general public that starting from Monday, May 20, 2024, the Calabar-Itu dual carriageway will be closed to traffic at Calabar-Itu Highway by Park Road intersection and Calabar-Itu dual carriageway by Mandela Street intersection till further notice. In a statement signed by the Commissioner for Works and Fire Service, Professor Enoy Banga, the closure is to pave way for the deep excavation work involved in the ongoing construction of 0.977 kilometer underground drainage system at Tabernacle Road, which is advancing towards the discharge point at Calabar-Itu dual carriageway. The statement advised minibuses and light vehicles to use either Ipa Road through Uyo Village Road or Ikodudoro Street through Ednenbrong to Calabar-Itu Highway, while heavy-duty vehicles, including long buses coming into Uyo from Cross River State, are to do so through Calabar-Itu Ibiakban Junction in Ikodekbene, and those leaving Uyo to Cross River State are to use Uyo Ikodekbene Road Ibiakban Junction to link it to Calabar Highway. According to the commissioner, while soliciting maximum cooperation of the public, that the state government sincerely regrets inconveniences caused by these developments. Nigeria Communication Commission cautions public on consequences of purchasing pre-registered SIM cards. These and more when we return from this short break. Don't go away.
Akwa Ibom is truly a state in forward motion. With the advent of this golden era, we are driving entrepreneurship and creating employment for our youth with a Ibom-led initiative.
We are alleviating pressure on the parents of our school-age children by providing them with free and compulsory education, school uniforms, shoes, and millions of exercise books. We are building model primary schools across the state.
We have paid more than 16 billion naira in gratuity to retired civil servants and leave grant to teachers and local government workers.
Our road infrastructural maintenance efforts spans all the 31 local government areas in the state. We are constructing dualized roads and bridges on multiple fronts.
Also, we've constructed 20,000-seater amphitheater at the Unity Park, Uyo, to further drive tourism. Our RISE agenda is working.
So glad to have you back. The people of Ikodabian in Sratai local government area have been blessed with a primary health care facility called Abian Health Center, built and donated to government for the public use by a public-spirited family from the area, Sir and Lady William Emmanuel Williams. The facility, with a borehole water facility, perimeter fence, outpatient department, pharmacy, and other relevant sections of a functional primary healthcare facility with ceiling fans and lighting point, was recently inaugurated by the chairman of Nsretai Local Government Transition Committee, Lady Ememi Banga.
Inaugurating the health center, the transition chairman paid tribute to the family of Sir and Lady Williams Emmanuel Williams for using their personal resources to bless the people of Ikodobian and by extension Sratai local government area with life-touching project. She conveyed the appreciation of the state governor Pastor Umoino to the donors, explaining that the idea of providing health facility to the grassroots was in line with the ARISE agenda of the present state administration.
It is for our benefits. It is for our fathers. It is for our mothers. It is for our aunties, our uncles, our children, those born and those yet to be born. And because yes, it's good to empower with money and all that, but make sure you have projects that will be left as legacies for you, for people to use to remember you.
Speaking on behalf of the donors, Sir William Emmanuel Williams, the pioneer chapter chairman of PDP in Sratai, Elder Ita Williams, said the initiative to embark on the project was not out of abundance, but on the desire to assist his people. Sir Williams said that some portions of land behind the health center have been donated for the building of residential quarters for medical personnel who will work at Abiyan Health Center, and requested for the provision of medical equipment to the health center by government. He also appealed to the Ministry of Health to liaise with other stakeholders to speed up the process of taking over the facility. He noted was in line with the ARISE blueprint of the state government.
We are imploring your government, equip this health center, because that is when it will be useful to us. And equip personnel who are well trained,
In the same vein, the paramount ruler of Nsedatai, Edidem Peter Ifyongokon, expressed delight over the gesture and prayed God to bless her and Lady Williams for their philanthropic disposition to the entire Nsedatai local government area and bestowed on him the title of Utrenikang Nsedatai. Similarly, the Director of Health, Nsedatai local government area, Mrs. Enoidong, Bishop Ernest Enoidem, Village Head of Ikorobeyan, Obong Anye Kanabasi Williams, Woman Leader Obong Udrak Williams, and a youth representative all spoke in glowing terms about the donor and his wife. The ceremony, which featured folk songs by 2 women groups and ballad presentation, also highlighted previous humanitarian activities of Sir and Lady Williams to include the provision of borehole water for 3 villages, strong support for reinstallation of transformer, construction of a unity hall, and provision of scholarships and skills acquisition training, among others.
Staff of Akwa Ibom Broadcasting Corporation were among sympathizers that turned up to bid farewell to the late Chief Peter Mboko of Ikorayanitam, who died at the age of 103. The late Chief Peter Mboko was the father of Mr. Ndianabasi Mboko of the Engineering Directorate of AKBC. The funeral service held in honor of the deceased was conducted by St. John's Catholic Church, Ikodoyanitam, in Itu local government area. Details of this report will come your way in subsequent bulletin. The Nigerian Communications Commission (NCC) has cautioned Nigerians against purchasing pre-registered SIM cards, emphasizing the legality of the act and the potential for severe consequences. The telecom regulator, as seen on its X platform on Friday, issued an advisory notice stressing that the use of pre-registered SIM cards undermines the accuracy of consumer information. The NCC clarified that the utilization of pre-registered SIM cards undermines the reliability of consumer data collected, thereby complicating authorities' efforts to identify and apprehend the true culprits of crimes. The warning serves to educate the public about the risk linked to pre-registered SIM cards and to promote compliance with legal guidelines to bolster national security. The Commission urged the public to follow proper procedures for registering SIM cards to avoid any legal consequences. Recall that the Nigerian telecommunications companies directed subscribers to link their SIM cards to their national identification numbers (NIN) as part of a government initiative started in December 2020 to streamline identification and combat scams. A confrontation with the Speaker of the Niger State House of Assembly, Abdul Malik Sakingaji, and traditional institutions in the state over the plan to marry out 100 orphaned girls. The Minister of Women Affairs, Uju Kennedy Ohaneye, has resolved to work with stakeholders in the state in the interest of the would-be brides. She, however, insisted that the suit instituted in court against the move would not be withdrawn for now. Speaking in a press briefing in Abuja yesterday, Kennedy Ohaneye assured that she and His Royal Highness Alhaji Mohammed Muazu, the Emir of Kontagora, Niger State, as well as the Speaker, had come to an agreement on empowering the ladies one way or the other. She said she was concerned about how the husbands of the girls would take care of them, stating that marrying them off is one thing and taking care of them is another. According to the minister, the court injunction to stop the mass marriage of the 100 orphans was secured within 48 hours. A former Chief of Army Staff COAA's Lieutenant General Toko Yusuf Buratai, retired, has predicted an end to the security challenges Nigeria is presently passing through, saying it will soon be a thing of the past. General Buratai spoke at a public presentation of books written by the Director of Academic Planning and Quality Assurance, Nigerian Army University, Borno State, Brigadier General Mogobeluwa Oluyinka Fakokunde, which was held at Nigerian Army Resource Center, Abuja on Friday. The former army chief commended the efforts of the Nigerian military in the war against insecurity, saying they have given their best within the circumstances they have found themselves. He, however, expressed optimism in the ability of the military to nip the security challenges in the bud very soon, saying insecurity is a global occurrence, though not permanent, but there must be a solution in order to get out of it one day. The author, Brigadier General Fakokunde, said the books were written with the intention to solve societal problems such as stress, drug abuse, and addiction, as well as providing the leeway for teachers to manage stress associated with their profession. It's our package for tonight, but before we go, we take another look at the top stories. Concerned about the unruly attitude of some youths, Governor Moino has advised that they turn a new leaf or face the law. The governor gave the advice during this month's monthly Government House prayer meeting, where he advised them to engage in learning skills instead of taking to crime. Contractors and firms doing business in Akwa Ibom have been charged to complement government efforts in advancing basic education in the state. They are to replicate the Christ the King Model Primary School Uyo in communities they operate as part of their social corporate responsibility. That's the news. Thank you so much for being a part of it, and do have a good night rest. I am Blessing Isamuyo.